So, Lisa, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. I know everything's been digital, so it's been a little awkward lately, but how are you doing during this whole pandemic?
I'm okay. I'm in London right now, so it's pretty much the same as everywhere else. I know that in Miami they just started opening everything. Here it's still pretty much locked down.
Hmm.
Yes, I'm happy here.
So,
I'm with family, so
oh well, that's good because I know family right now is definitely something. It's lonely being alone, so being with somebody, especially
exactly,
family, makes it
exactly.
a little bit easier. So, for those who don't know you, just go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Okay, my name is Lissa. I've been in the industry since I was 18 years old. I'm a content creator. I'm an OnlyFans model, IG influencer. Yes, pretty much in a nutshell. I'm Argentinian originally, but I lived in London for 14 years. This is why I have the accent. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah, and how did you get started? I mean, 18, how long ago was that? So how long have you been on social media?
I'm 29 right now. So how long ago was that?
Quite a
I
while ago.
yes,
You're a veteran in the social media game, pretty much.
yes, yes.
So what got you started in that? Because I know 18 when you were 18, so all those years
There was
ago, there it
back
wasn't
then
how it
it
is
was
now.
MySpace. Back then it was MySpace. When I started, it was mainly MySpace, like Model Mayhem, and but that was about it. There was no Instagram yet. I started off doing music videos, and then I did the live sex chat shows on TV, national TV in London. And then from there, I kind of progressed into webcamming and escorting. And from that industry, I left the United States and then I got into stripping and more webcamming and hosting and more of the social media stuff. Um, but yeah, I've pretty much explored every avenue of the sex working industry.
And starting at 18, did you receive any backlash? I mean, especially in London and then having to come to the US. Is it like polar opposites in different countries?
I honestly, the reason why I moved to the US was because I wanted to go to a place where it was more open minded, more accepted. Um, so definitely, I think it's a bigger industry in the US. There's more people doing it, and it's definitely more accepted. Here, people are more in the closet about it. In America,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's just very open. Not so much judgment. That's what I like about it. Everybody's very open minded.
Mm-hmm. And now, how did you transition to the new platform that we know Beyonce has quoted in her song with Meg The Stallion, which is now like blown up? How did you end up on that platform?
I was referred by another model, Dominique Chin, and I went into her referral program, which is one of the benefits of the OnlyFans platform. They have a referral program so that any model that refers you, or if you refer anyone, you get 5% of whatever they make for life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow. So it's not new. I mean, I've only heard of it as of recently. So it's
Yeah.
definitely not a new platform.
No, and it's actually been around before 2018. 2018 is just when I heard about it, but I think it's a UK company, so it started here and then it kind of just traveled to the US. But now it's obviously like the hype to be on OnlyFans, and also I think it's been a great avenue for people to make money through this tough time because it's all
Mm-hmm.
online based. So I think I think it's been positive and negative in some ways too because they've changed some stuff around since it's popped off so much. They've kind of changed some stuff around on OnlyFans, which not everybody's happy about, especially the people that have started from years prior. So yeah.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it before, of course, Savage Remix came out. A lot of people were still talking about the platform on. I mean, I guess it blew up right now because everybody's at home, so still finding something to do.
Yes.
But it
Yes.
went wild once Beyonce said she was going to start an
Oh,
account. So what do you
100%.
think? What do you think leading up to that kind of like made it really like, okay, we need to see what this is?
I think like strippers and girls that are kind of already in that industry um, probably see other girls on Instagram that are doing it, and I think naturally, I don't even think people realize how much money people were making, because people are making. I think this has benefited all of us in making more money because everybody's kind of at home and on the internet. But OnlyFans girls have been making money from years back. It's always been very, very lucrative. I think people are only realizing now how much money you can actually make on this platform, and now everybody's like, oh my god, everybody wants to jump on it. um
Mhm.
I think we're in a generation now that we need celebrities and people to make it cool or make it acceptable to be, and then everybody will jump on the wagon. But
Mhm.
OnlyFans has been amazing from years back. People now it's just, yeah, accepted. It's cool. So Beyonce's talking about it, so everybody join. But
Now it's my understanding that anybody can really join, and it doesn't. I mean, there's two sides that I've been hearing. There's one side where people are saying like you have to do one type of content that's more explicit, and then there's another side that's like, well, no, you can just have an OnlyFans account for like your toes. People who are like have toe fetishes. So
yeah,
kind of break down what you've seen, like the different channels or the different ways that people are using this platform.
OnlyFans is just basically a site where you sell your content at a subscription for a subscription, and then you can also sell content separately. But it's just a platform, but you can use it for anything. I know people that use it for fitness and music, all types of different industries. It's not just sex workers, porn stars that are on this platform. I think that the sex workers are the ones making the most money on the platform.
Hmm.
However, people assume that you have to do like porn to make the most money on OnlyFans. And I have friends who are on the platform that do um, not such explicit content and make just as much money as I do. So
Hmm.
you don't necessarily have to do porn to make money on OnlyFans. You can make lots and lots of money. There's millions to be made on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's gotten a negative rap because people think that that's only the only type of content that they can put out there?
Yes, I mean the porn industry is always kind of is very judged. So yeah, I think definitely. I think even OnlyFans, I think they try to be very safe in how they promote. They don't really go too hard promoting the fact that most of the people that are on OnlyFans are in the sex industry. They try to tend more to the influencers, like people do fitness and music and stuff like that, instead of pushing the sex industry so much.
So for girls who are interested in signing up, what are the steps that they can take?
So you can sign up by yourself, or you can go under someone's referral program. Any other models are on there. And like me, a lot of other models offer coaching and they help promote your page and push you so that you get more like a social media following. So those followers can turn into subscribers. And yeah, pretty much that's how you sign up. And then after that, I would just say invest in promotion, um, be consistent, post a lot of content, and promote yourself every day. Those are the most important things. Just constantly posting content and promoting yourself on all social media platforms.
Is there a page for like I mean, you said you guys, will help people who are new to the platform. Is there like a page where it's like a group setting where everybody, shoots different ideas off of each other?
We don't really have a group per se for that, but any girls who want to sign up, if you'd like to contact me directly, you can. And you can go on my referral program. I'll explain it to you how it works, and yeah, I'll be more happy to help. I'll be more than
So
happy
if
to
you
help.
need help, Lisa is willing to help you out.
Yeah. But yeah, social media. I think you need every social media platform, like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything. Any way
Mhm.
that you can promote yourself online.
Now, do you try to keep your, let's say, your OnlyFans and your Instagram separate? Because I know sometimes, like you were saying, you need every type of social media, and we've seen a rise of like Instagram influencers separate from Instagram models. So, do
Yeah.
you try to keep the two platforms separate, or do they overlap?
Honestly, I think that if you're trying to get on OnlyFans, especially if you're in the sex adult industry or just in the modeling industry, period, I think that you either go the whole way or just don't really do it. I think that it gets hard to be able to separate the two things. You need Instagram to promote yourself. I have had a lot of girls show interest in joining OnlyFans, but then they're like, "Oh no, but I don't want to promote myself on Instagram because I have family and I have friends." And I'm like, "Well, you might need to make a separate account because you
Hmm.
need Instagram to promote yourself." But then the mentality is, if you have that mentality that you're worried about what people are going to say, then you might as well not do the site anyway.
Very true. Now, Instagram has pretty strict rules when it comes to what can be shown and what can't be shown. And I know it's been a major debate, especially, I mean, what the first example that comes to my head is like mothers breastfeeding and like showing their breasts.
Yeah.
And something like that, or women wearing bikinis. And Lizzo, for example, one of her posts got taken down because it was revealing too much skin, whereas guys can take a picture with their shirt off and it's
Yeah.
not flagged. So, what do you think about Instagram's whole concept of trying to see what they can flag and what they can't flag, or what's deemed appropriate or inappropriate?
I think the Instagram policies are ridiculous. I've had my page deleted numerous times, but most of the times it's just the amount of people that report your picture. So you could have a picture where you're actually clothed, but if you have 20, 30 people reporting that same picture, I think they don't, because I think it's an automated system anyway. So I don't even think
Mm-hmm.
that they really look at what the content is. They just kind of, if it's been flagged a lot, it's just going to get taken down. And also, if you accumulate a lot of flags through numerous posts, that's when your page ends up getting taken down.
Now, do you
But
do affiliate work with different like brands, like fashion brands on Instagram?
I do like Fashion Nova, but that's pretty much the only one. I mean, I mainly just do work with other models.
Now, do you find it hard sometimes when it is, let's say, like a paid post that you have to put up? Do you find it hard sometimes to ensure that what you're putting up won't get flagged or won't get taken down for anything?
Absolutely. Like when I promote other girls, I'm pretty strict on what I'm willing to post. I always tell them, send me your video, a picture that you want posted first so I can review it and see if this is something that I can post. If I can't risk my own content, I'm not going to risk others content on my page. So,
Hmm.
and I
And
think
how
everyone
was
is like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting ready to be summer, so all these brands are wanting to promote their bathing suits. Different influencers, social media models want to, share the different bathing suits that they're wearing. So
Yeah.
I definitely understand that it can become hard, where it's like,
No.
okay, do I risk, losing the money, or do I risk, getting the money and posting this picture?
It was nice through this pandemic because up until like a week ago, it seemed like there was no one at the Instagram offices because all of us, we were getting away with so much. We were talking about, we have this group for all OnlyFans models, and we were talking about how nice it was to just be able to post real risky stuff and get away with it. But then all of a
Yeah,
sudden, the week that they came back, I remember I woke up one morning and I had like two videos deleted, a picture. I'm like, okay, they're back. Let's
yeah.
really in. Let's do it now.
Time to take it back a little bit. Now, how has social media changed your life?
Um, it's been amazing. I love OnlyFans. I love Instagram. It's been a great way to make money, and especially through a time like this, it's shown how amazing it is that I can still make very good money through such a crazy time. I have to say that sometimes I want to take little detoxes from social media, but it's hard because I need it so much for my work. So I can't just deactivate my page, and because I needed to make money. So I tried to just like maybe delete the app, but just like take a couple days without posting. But in general, it's really been a positive thing for me. But yeah, sometimes it can get a little bit overwhelming.
And do you think that during the pandemic and the whole stay-at-home order, it has benefited you more, or has it been kind of the same? How has it been for you financial
Although
wise?
it's definitely benefited me more because like everyone's just at home on their phones
Mm-hmm.
constantly. So yeah, it's been great for 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 anything internet based. I think it's been amazing because everyone's just at home, glued to their phones, laptops, and yeah.
Yeah. Now, is it, have you, there's, with working with brands like Fashion Nova and a lot of brands that are very popular, there's a lot of influencers and a lot of social media models who also work for them. So do you ever find it hard? I mean, there's always some type of like social media influencer drama. So do you ever find it hard to stay out of that and kind of remove yourself from that and to focus on the work that you want to do?
You mean like from brands?
Yeah,
From
just from people who are also working with brands. I mean, we've seen like Alexa Sky have some drama with somebody else because they've worn the same Fashion Nova outfit or anything like that.
I stay out of any type of drama. And I'll be honest, I don't usually do things like interviews and stuff like that because I'm kind of in between wanting to be out there and I'm an introvert. So I'm kind of like in
Hmm.
the middle. And I really like to keep certain parts of my life very private so that
Hmm.
I have some zen. But yeah, I stay away from all type of drama. I'm really humble. I'm chill. I don't like all that internet drama. I don't do it.
Yeah.
I stay as far away from it as possible.
Yeah. Now, have you ever come into a situation where you're just, minding your business, going to the grocery store or walking down the street or anything like that, and you have somebody come up and recognize you?
Oh yes, it's happened a lot of times. It happens a lot at the airport, and I've kind of gotten into the habit now of not posting when I'm at places because before I used to do it all the time. I used to post when I was actually there, and a few people have told me you're supposed to post once you left the location. So I've started to get in the practice of doing that. But there's been a couple of times. I remember I was doing the Exotica convention in New York, and then I was flying through JFK to go home, and I had posted I was at the airport and this guy came and found me, and I looked a hot mess. I had had a 3 day bender on weekend nonstop, and yeah, he just. I think it was like 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. in the morning at the airport. And he just stopped me. He's like, can we take a picture?" And I still took a picture with him. I don't know where that picture ended up. I don't even want to see it because I know I looked a hot mess.
Now, is it ever weird when you have those fan interactions?
They're usually very nice. They're usually quite shy as well. And I think that's because, you know, with the industry I'm in, we've shared like an intimate moment. They've probably watched my videos, looked at my pictures, you know,
Mhm.
hurt
Yeah.
themselves off. And we've had an intimate moment. So like when they meet you in person, they kind of get really shy because they feel like they almost had sex with you. So
Right.
yeah, so they're usually very shy, they're very sweet. I've never really had a bad encounter, honestly. Only once in Nashville, a few years back, I was staying in, I think it was the Lowe's, and we had the someone from the hotel come and bring a what I call the humidifier or I forgot the name, but we had one of those brought up to the room. And the guy that brought it up, he was acting very weird, but I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, well, there's 2 pretty girls in the room, so that's probably why he's acting like that. And then the
Mhm.
next day, I had someone message me on Instagram, and they were like, "Oh, you're staying at the Lowe's in this room," and he actually knew my room number. And I totally freaked out. I was like,
Oh my
how do
goodness.
you know my room number? And then he was like, the guy that came up to your room last night gave it to me. So we just created an uproar at the hotel. I think the guy got fired. It was just, they ended up, I think, promoting us. And it was just crazy. But after, I think that was my learning experience. I said, I will never post like when I'm in an actual place or actually put the specific hotel where I'm at anymore.
Mhm. Now,
I'm
last
really,
question. I know social media can be a very influential platform. No matter what platform it's on, that's why some people like to refer it influencers as influencers, and some would say models, but it's one and the same almost. But given the word influencers, what are your thoughts about, the younger generation who's on social media, and they see, the influencers and the models making money, which they can at a young age do too. But what would you say to that person who's like, well, I want to up it a little bit, but they're not at the age where they should be posting specific type of content, if you know what I mean?
I would say don't be in any rush um, to do that kind of stuff. Um, I think Instagram's very strict anyway on age. Like they constantly, and nowadays they constantly age checking age. I just got asked the other day to enter my date of birth a couple of times. So they're constantly checking stuff like that. But honestly, just don't be in a rush. I think even me, when I was younger, I was always in a rush to be older and do grown up things. I think we forget to be kids and we forget to act our age sometime. I don't think there's any reason to rush. Yeah, finish school and yeah,
Yeah,
there's
I
time
mean,
for all of that. There's time for all of
it's
that.
tough. Yeah, because I mean, I have a little sister who's 15, and I'm looking at her friends, and the people that she follows, and teens her age that are wearing these adult clothes, and they're in high school and middle school, and it's like, when we were in high school and middle school, we had on regular Hollister shirts and stuff like that. So I know, what would you say to the brands out there? Because I know sometimes brands send clothes that are a little bit more mature for a younger generation, even though they do have a large following, let's say on Instagram. What would
Yeah.
you recommend to those brands who still want to work with the younger generation of influencers, but ensuring that it stays appropriate?
I think you just have to be so careful, especially nowadays with human trafficking and all these different child pornography and stuff like that. So I think there just has to be some type of boundary there,
Mm-hmm.
just to keep it safe, because there's such a thin line in those things. And I see it a lot in the sex industry. There's such a thin line between human trafficking and actual sex workers, and it can often get real cloudy. So yeah, I just think there's just got to be like boundaries with age, and especially with girls, because girls, we tend to look older than we are.
Mm-hmm.
And we could be you see some 15-year-olds that look like grown women. You put some makeup on them and dress them really cute and revealing, and they look way older than they are. I mean, I remember lying about my age to boys when I was,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to get caught sometimes. I had my school uniform, and they're like, and trying to work up an explanation as to why I'm in school uniform at 4 o'clock.
Right. I mean, yeah, and human trafficking now and sex trafficking is definitely a major thing that is a problem, and social media is unfortunately one of the, not the main cause, but one of the top causes as to how people
Yeah.
get into that. So, what are some tips that people can use to protect themselves and to stay safe during this, while they're doing, their social media career?
The girls usually in the industry, we're all very friendly and we cross reference each other all the time. So message people and just double check your information, so you don't fall into the wrong hands. I think for the longest time in the sex working industry, it's very male dominated, and it's very easy for men in that industry to take advantage of you, especially when you come in young and you come from a struggling background and you're hungry, and people take advantage of that, especially when you're younger and you're pretty. Yeah, or just young. Period. Just it's
Yeah.
easy. Yeah.
So where do you see it going from here? Once everything opens back up, once, the world is back to normal, where do you see social media going? Do you see it, getting a break, or do you see it still thriving, in regards to the revenue that you're pulling in?
I would say it's still thriving. I think people are going to do things more online based. I think people are going to try open businesses more online based and I think some people will actually continue working from home. I think people really like this. Um, like my therapist, she's now doing sessions online, and she's like, I actually might keep it this way because it's actually been great. So I think some people, I think it's kind of woken up everyone to the internet and seeing how lucrative it can be and how much better. It can be just, you can be at home, you set your times, and yeah, I think it's actually going to continue like that. I think more people are going to try making money online after this.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I want to focus more on trying to bring more girls into OnlyFans and coaching them and helping them out. I think it's a great way to be in the industry, but it's just way safer. You don't have to expose yourself physically and mentally, because that type of work can really have an effect on you in the long run. You know, we can only do that type of work for so long. So I love the platform, and it's also a way for women to really be in control of what they're doing, the content they put out. The money's coming into your bank account. It's legal money. So
Hmm.
yeah, I just want to encourage more women to get into this platform. I think it's great. You can make so much money, and you don't need to be under no man to be doing it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I totally love that. The fact that you have the mindset, the woman being in control in a male dominated, in
Of
regards to like watching in the male dominated field
Yes,
for the most part.
of course, yeah, because you're male. The the main customer is men. Is predominantly men. So yeah, and I
Yeah,
think
for safe.
in that industry, like if you look at most porn companies, all owned by men. Most of the directors that shoot films is men, and I've even seen a lot of porn stars being desperate to get out of certain contracts that they're in so that they can jump onto platforms like OnlyFans. And I think probably the porn companies don't like OnlyFans so much, but I think even more porn stars are wanted to jump on it because they get to control more of their content and the money that they get. They just control everything. Whereas if you shoot for a company, they own the rights to that content and they can do with whatever they want with it. And they really are the ones that make the most of the money from that content. You just get paid a set amount for the
Hmm.
film, and that's it. And then your content kind of ends up everywhere on all types of porn sites. Even on OnlyFans, like our stuff gets leaked, but we own the content. So we're on,
Right.
I'm on top of my content all the time. I have someone who works round the clock getting my stuff deleted, because at the end of the day, no one has rights to put on my content except for me. So, but like porn companies, they're not on top of it as much because they don't really care. So your content just ends up everywhere.
Hmm.
I think that the porn industry still like is still good for some people because it does give you like the exposure and the recognition, and that's why I understand why some people still want to do it. So yeah,
Wow. Well, I mean, hopefully, it still stays and the hype still stays, and I'm definitely happy that we're getting your word and what you're saying out there to encourage the women to not, if they want to go down that path, to definitely do it, but to stay safe.
no, of course, and honestly, like I was saying earlier, like you really don't have to do X-rated content to make money on
Right.
OnlyFans. I have friends of mine who literally just sell lingerie pictures and bikini pictures and twerking videos, and that's as far as they go. And they've been in the platform for as long as I have. And I'm talking about girls who, in a couple of weeks' time, will hit $1 million in OnlyFans. Don't be put off, or don't hear what people are saying that that's what you have to do to make money. You really don't. It's up to you. You're in control of what type of content you want to put out there. Yeah.
So all those people listening out there, if you just want to do workout videos, if you want to sell your clothes, if you want to just anything, use the platform. Because I mean, you don't have to, like she said, you don't have to do R-rated, X-rated stuff.
Of
Just
course.
be safe. That's all we want, is for you to be safe and have fun. So thank you, Lisa, so much for your time. We really appreciate it. So, how can fans who want to start to follow you and support your work find you on all social media platforms?
Okay, so I have two Instagrams. I have my main page and my backup page. My main page is Lisa Itis, all one word. It's not Aries, it's Itis, it's Aires, and Lisa, one L, two S's. And my backup page is Real Lisa Itis. And then my Twitter is Lisa Itis, and then the number one. And what other social media platform? I have YouTube. It's just Lisa Itis as well. And the most important one, my OnlyFans, it's iwantlisaitis.com or onlyfans.com / Lissaitis. Yeah. And currently, right now, I don't have a subscription price. My page is free, so everyone can subscribe. Obviously, my content is not all free, but there is this. Come and join. Link in bio.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa. We really appreciate your time. We hope everybody is staying safe out there during this time of social distancing. It will all come to an end soon. So, again, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.